Right, let's grab a light seer tarot for this message. And with this one, if your favorite color is purple, I'm feeling purple for this message. This might be specifically for you. If that message is finding you and your favorite color isn't purple, stick around because something might be still here for you. But yeah, I'm focusing on the purple shade of purple. Okay, Nine of Cups, Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands. So I feel with this energy, a lot of you in here, guys, are like really going for it. So with this Queen of Wands, so I feel like you're awakened to your passions, you're awakened to what is it that you truly sort of want to pursue in this life. And like with this Knight of Swords, so this feels like, you know, from just sitting in that contemplation maybe, or from evaluating your options or what is it that you want to do. You might have had like a little light bulb moment. In terms of like, yeah, and also this purple here. So this is like an awakening to one's true purpose or one's true, like what are you really kind of aligned with. And with this Knight of Swords, this is you literally like getting that spring in your step and running towards literally that bike to get on it and go towards your own way. And with this Nine of Cups, so you're going towards something that, you know emotionally is going to fulfill you, or something that really sparks, you know, your soul on fire. There's a Three of Pentacles on the bottom. So you've put a lot of effort and a lot of work into this new beginning. Six of Pentacles. So I feel this refers to you as much as you, there's bringing as much back in as much as you're spending. What I'm kind of feeling with this. So you bring in a balance in here in your financial life. So, and you are, I feel like, you know, a lot of you in here are a lot more careful with respecting, you know, resources of your money, if that makes sense. There's like yeah, there's definitely, it speaks about this balance. Devil. So I feel with this, something might still be pulling you back into the old habits or into the old energy, where in fact, you know, you are ready to, maybe in a big way for some of you, this means that you are ready to ditch some old toxic habits, or, you know, things that were just simply not working for you, or maybe you're just trying to be a little bit more healthy. Or also what's coming through is like you might be losing toxic attachments to people that, you know, you've learned and understood they're not good for you. So this is maybe you actually, with this Knight of Swords, running away from those sort of environments and those people. Yeah, you're cutting ties. You're literally cutting ties here with the Devil. There's a Three of Wands on the bottom. So that's you looking and actually being ready to move towards a different direction. Like, you know, with the Nine of Swords, I feel like you are slightly sick and tired of, you know, this anxiety that, and I feel it all comes from this overthinking and this anxiety and possibly sleepless nights for some of you. If you still got them, it comes from the fact of, like, you know, this is your intuition trying to wake up to your truest purpose. Like, you know, this is you somewhere inside of yourself knowing you're meant for more, and you know when you want to start doing something differently. And so this might be you actually with this Nine of Swords and this Devil. This is you, literally you fighting possibly your demons, or fighting your dark thoughts. Something that is trying to tell you that you're not good enough, or something that is trying to tell you that you don't deserve, like, you know, like with the Six of Pentacles, that you don't deserve this new beginning. But that's not true. This is just a dark thoughts that you might be having, because with Judgment here, you are ready to you might be going through some kind of like awakening right now, or you might be, like I said, this is this wake-up call. You're starting to wake up to your true energy and your true purpose. The moon is landing sideways, and yeah, this Judgment's coming out. So I feel in a big way this is that past that might be slightly still trying to cross this bigger release and this bigger awakening, that you partially, you're already kind of going through this. But there is, like, as much as there's this good energy here, like look at the top of the spread. So this is all everything that you're aiming for. This is everything that you craving, and this is everything that you're moving towards, having that Three of Wands previously. But then there's this darker energies. I mean, well, we're not with the Judgment. Judgment is quite good, but this is like you see the colors as well on it, like, you know, this is this darker side of you, because obviously let's not forget, we both all both, we all are made out of both good and bad, you know, masculine, feminine, like, you know, we've got this duality about ourselves. And I feel that right now, even though you want to go towards, you know, this fulfillment and something that you feel is driving you forward, you might be feeling this pull and tug of this old energy still. So this is where you might be finding yourself right now, in this split in between. And I feel this judgment is exactly what's happening right now. Like, you know, you going through this major awakening and major release of this old version of yourself that still had that hold on you, this old version of yourself that were telling you you're not good enough for this new beginning. I feel like, you know, you're releasing this. You're releasing this with the 8 of Cups. You're walking away from this lack of self-belief, because you know you're capable and you know you're worth it. So everything else from the past, this is just like, yeah, you're worth it. 9 of Pentacles coming out, and the Star. So you're absolutely worth it, and all of the wishes and everything that you're kind of manifesting into your reality. I feel like you might be on this last little leg of proving your own worth to yourself, if that makes sense. That's just what came through. So this is one of those things where are you still going to believe if somebody will come into your life and try to belittle you in any kind of way? I feel like, you know, you coming out as the Queen of Wands in the first card. And Wands energy is very bright and is also non-gender specific. Take it how it resonates. So with this Wands energy and the Court card, Queen King. So this is a person who radiates natural light, and somebody who very possibly, you know, can point to being attractive, physically attractive, or having certain fire about yourself and certain light that a lot of other people that come into your life are going to try to dim, because it blinds them. You know, you are too happy, you are too joyful, you are too pretty, and they have to kind of, you know, take away from you out of jealousy. So this is this devil. So this is this devil that you need to kind of watch out for. This is the people that, you know, they can't stand your light because they get blinded by it. But I feel like, you know, with this 9 of Pentacles and this Star, this is you really going for it. This is you really not bothering yourself with what everybody got to say. You don't bother yourself with it, because, you know, you've got your own stuff to do. You know you want to be happy, and you know you've got that internal fire that is very hard to put down. Even if you've had your dark moments, even if you went through some dark shit, you still carry that light. There's no way of completely switching off that light. And Page of Wands as well. So this is that fun that you've got about yourself. This maybe even, like, to some extent, childlike nature. Yeah, this Knight of Wands definitely wants to come out. So we have a Page, Knight, Queen of Wands. So this is you, and this is you growing as well. So I feel like from this Page of Wands, so maybe somebody who had been previously a little bit immature, you know, or maybe, you know, you got yourself into some trouble because you just wanted to have a bit of fun. And I feel like, you know, you're getting a little bit more mature in terms of like with this Page of Wands, in terms of investing your fire and energy mindfully into investing your fire, your drive into places and situations where you know something can grow out of it, or when something is actually worth it. Like, you're looking at this 9 of Cups again, so, and 9 of Pentacles. So you're only interested in things that are worth it, you know, Tower. So you're destroying this old ways of thinking, you're destroying these insecurities. That was what's coming through as well. There's nothing to be insecure about anymore. You know your own power. 6 of Cups. You know your own power. And also for a lot of you with 6 of Cups in the Tower, so maybe if you have been holding on to some kind of nostalgic feelings here about somebody else, 7 of Pentacles on the bottom, you might have been waiting for something to grow, something to come in. I feel a lot of you are finally giving this up, because with the 10 of Cups, you are more interested in tangible things and things that you can build and people you can build with, rather than, you know, waiting and holding on to people that are just not showing up. So there might be still some kind of nostalgia in you about something from the past, but most importantly, I feel like you are ready to open yourself up to build that stable future. Hermit on the bottom. So after a period of introspection and period probably of like solitude or even loneliness, because you've been probably grieving over some like past connection and you were just not ready. I feel like, you know, there's certain readiness a certain readiness waking up within you to step outside there again and just put yourself out there. Yeah, because with Six of Wands, success is guaranteed for you. The moment you decide that, you know, you're no longer staying in that cave, you're no longer kind of, you know, keeping yourself away from life, or you no longer want to kind of, you know, grieve, there's multiple choices as well, multiple opportunities presenting themselves to you. There's a lot of options that you have, especially with the personality that you possess. The light that you would naturally just bringing into people's life. Yeah, like, you know, I feel like, yeah, and the 10 of Pentacles on the bottom. We're going to finish it here. So everything that you want and all of the abundance and all of that happiness, that family as well, all of that is more than possible for you. Yeah, and obviously there was 4 of Swords at the back. So yeah, you've grieved enough. You've suffered pains and heartbreaks, 111, that you didn't deserve in any way, especially like, you know, coming back to this energy that you kind of showing in this reading, like, you know, you are such a bright ray of fucking sunshine, and you know, and all this darkness that was trying to pull you back, trying to drown you, literally, like you're looking at this moon, you didn't give in. You didn't give in, and you only just got stronger thanks to that. And all the experience that you've gathered, I feel like, you know, even with this heartbreak that you might have experienced, or somebody that, you know, you still might have been waiting for, holding on, I feel like, you know, this, because look how this connects actually nicely in here. So I feel like this was like, because all these cups coming down here and they sort of extending to the 10 of Cups. So I feel this was like, this person showed up in your life as an example of how you want to be treated and loved. Because I feel like, you know, in a big way, this person did see you, but they felt maybe inadequate, or like not capable, or just not good enough to provide or to, you know, bother you at that time in your life. They felt like you are meant for more. So I feel this person probably showed up in your life to highlight to you how you want to be treated and how you want to be loved. And so that's why maybe it have been so hard to let go of this person. That's why you might have been holding on to them, because, you know, they were probably gave you something that you never felt with anybody before or after. So that's why you might have been really clinging on to that. But I feel what they kind of showed you is this idea of like, you know, wait until you find somebody who treats you like that person did, but is also ready to step up, is ready to be there with you in that moment, and is ready to build this family and this home with you, if that makes sense. Right, okay, I'm going to leave you with that because that's another long one, and yeah, I might do another one. Right, love you, bye.